Hi, my name is Amanda, and today we'll be talking about climate change's effect on New Zealand. So for some background, New Zealand is located in the southwest Pacific Ocean. It's comprised of two large islands, the north and the south, and around 600 small islands. New Zealand is considered a developed nation with a population of around 5 million. It is a liberalist free trade economy and has a GDP of $2 billion. New Zealand's people are considered to have a high quality of life, good health, good education, and economic freedom. New Zealand has a heavy Western culture with its residents primarily of European descent. So now we're going to look at evidence of climate change specifically in New Zealand. New Zealand is already being impacted by the changing climate. Satellites have tracked an increase of sea level by 3 millimeters per year over 25 years of data. 1/3 of New Zealand's land ice, which is located on glaciers in the New Zealand Southern Alps, has disappeared over the past 40 years. New Zealand has also seen increases in temperature. They have had 3 of the hottest years ever recorded occurring in the past 5 years. The Tasman Sea, which is located in between New Zealand and Australia, has also been recorded to be 6 degrees Celsius warmer than the average. So New Zealand is also going to be expecting future impacts of climate change. This includes a 5% increase in extreme rainfall and a 10% increase of intense thunderstorms. These rainfalls will likely occur in the winter season and will likely overwhelm the rivers and urban drain system, causing flooding. They are also expecting approximately a 1 degree Celsius increase in temperature by 2040. Not only this, but the sea is going to continue to rise as the land ice melts around the world, which will affect New Zealand's coastal areas, which it's an island, so there's a lot of coastal areas in New Zealand. This will cause flooding, coastal flooding, erosion, and saltwater intrusion. On the flip side, during the summer periods, the days are expected to be hotter, and this is going to cause more droughts in the area. This affects New Zealand's agriculture, which is one of the leading exports of New Zealand, and less food is going to be produced. New Zealand is also going to be expecting localized extinctions as habitats are altered by the warmer temperatures, the floodings, the droughts, and the other effects of climate change. So how is New Zealand mitigating and adapting to climate change? The New Zealand government has already started planning for the effects of climate change and are also trying to reduce their greenhouse gas emissions. One thing they've done to reduce their greenhouse gas emissions is put a tax on their greenhouse gas emissions. This makes green products more competitive on the market. New Zealand is also trying to offset their carbon emissions by investing in forestry. The government has started a 1 billion tree fund, which encourages and supports its residents in planting trees all across New Zealand. As of 2015, 40% of electricity in New Zealand has come from renewable energy, and they aim to have 100% of electricity come from renewables by 2035. There was also a program started called the New Zealand Green Investment Fund, and its purpose is to help New Zealand invest in assets that reduce carbon emissions. This received $100 million in capital from the government, but it stands by itself, separate from the government. In coastal cities where sea level rise is going to be affecting coastal cities, New Zealand's Ministry's Coastal Hazard and Climate Change Guidance Board has come up with a bunch of different flexible adaptation plans for sea level rise based on the severity. These emphasize development away from coastlines and away from potential hazards. There is also a pressure on local governments to restrict development in coastal erosion areas, discourage the building of seawalls, and plan for a retreat if necessary. As of right now, New Zealand is working towards necessary steps to reduce the climate change while adapting to the changes they're already experiencing. And they're also planning for the future by making plans and things like that.